Good afternoon, everybody. We got the sound? Yeah, really good. Okay, thank you for being there. So I will introduce myself. I'm Laurent Cochet. I'm in charge of business development for South Europe, especially France. And then we'll present together with Peter.
Yeah, so I'm Peter. I'm a business development manager as well for Germany, Switzerland, Austria, and Central Eastern Europe and Benelux. So I'm happy to be in Amsterdam. It's my territory, so I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about our solution, Autostore, and we are going to present you a couple of use cases with different type of customers that are using our solution within the e-commerce market space with different things. So we're going to talk about quick intro on the solution and the company. I won't bother you too long with that. Then we're going to talk about the market segments where we are active and the kind of sizes and the kind of throughput that the solution is able to deliver. And then we will dive into the use cases. The first one being the Drive 4.0, which is kind of our latest concept innovation with new products. And then we are going to talk about very large warehouses. We're talking about warehouses and storage solution over 100,000 bins. And then micro-fulfillment centers, which are, on the contrary, rather small systems that are located in the city centers. And then we'll see some omni-channel solutions and a specific use case that Peter is going to doing a deep dive into Bug Finder, who is a pure player in e-commerce. So without further ado, a quick intro of the company. Autostore has been around for quite a long time. The solution concept was first developed in 1996. We started to sell it widely in 2013, and today, at the end of 2022, we had over 1,000 installations. Right now, the official number is about 1,050 installations within 45 countries. And we have more than 45,000 robots running around the world. This is our 8th generation of robot, but the concept hasn't changed. What we have improved is all the mechanics, the reliability of the solution, and the software, which is a really key part of our product. Autostore has an indirect business model, so you won't see Autostore installing their own solution. We use a network of partners. Those partners are quite famous, and you have big names such as Bastien, Dematic, Swisslog, that everybody know around in the automation world, but we also have local integrators. So they do the installation, they will bear the final solution rollout, installation, commissioning, and maintenance. This short video shows the concept. The concept is a goods-to-man solution, and the idea is to replace traditional storage on shelves with bins. We store product in bins that are stacked on top of each other. Then robots are at the top of the grid, and they will bring the bins for picking to the operators. That is who is here. So this is basically a goods-to-man solution. The concept is very flexible, so this is like a Lego. And you see we easily can incorporate the solution into existing building. Actually, we have 70% of our installation into existing building without necessary construction work. All we need is a flat floor. There's very limited constraint in terms of point load, because the system is flat and the load is evenly distributed on the floor. The secret of the density of Autostore, because this is the densest solution on the market, is because we stack the bins on top of each other without any shelf structure. So you don't lose space vertically, and you also don't need any L to access the bins, so you don't lose space horizontally. So basically, it's just not possible to be more dense than that. Then the robots, they circulate on top of the grid. As you can see, we can work around pillars. Unlike some solutions where you have a pillar, you lose an entire L. In this case, you don't just lose the space of the pillar. Then we have lots of different picking station design. When you see it here, the system is naked, but it's normally not like this. So it's surrounded by workstation, conveyors, put to light, whatever you need, and that is customized by our partner. You can also transfer the bins directly to a closed loop of conveyors to put the picking in a different place. And what you see here is the maintenance mezzanine, where the robots can go in and out of the grid for maintenance. I was talking about customizing picking port. So you have some illustrations here. So that is a port where you have a network of conveyors around. We have a full range of picking stations. They all have different throughput capacities. So that goes from 150, 70 bins per hour. The maximum is 650 bins per hour. That's a bin every 4 to 5 seconds. So that's normally a bit too fast for an operator to keep it the whole day through. But that's, let's say, a theoretical throughput, or you can actually use it when you have conveyors dispatching your bins to other places. You can also complete it with picking arms if you want to have it fully automated, or with pick-to-light solution where we will tell the picker where to pick in the bin, and then he will have also a display to show him the quantity he needs to pick. At the end of the day, what you see is this. The operator stays at the workstation and the bins are coming to him. He picks, he puts into the customer carton or whatever, and then the next bin presents itself. That speed of bin presentation is really up to your design. So we usually adjust and configure the system to match your throughput to make sure we will proceed the complete set of order that is needed for a certain period of time. There's always questions around digging, because our solution requires to dig when you need a bin that is down. So I won't dive into the details, but of course you don't need to wait for the bins, because we work with the WMS order waves that we recommend to be at 30 minutes as a minimum, so that we can prepare in advance. But even if you don't have that, it's not a big deal, because our experience shows that most of the warehouse run with a Pareto law of 80-20, so which means that 20% of your SKUs will do 80% of your order line. That translates into picking bins from the first top 3 level 80% of the time. So digging is actually not so much of an issue. The key unique selling factor of Autostore is the density. So the factor compared to normal storage on shelves is times 4. So it means you can store 4 times more products into the same space, but it's rather used to expand the life of your building. So you can concentrate, densify your storage, and then you will expand the life of your building, which is an important case of an important ROI factor. So flexibility is also another key benefit, because you can expand the grid. As you see on that photo, you start with a certain capacity. You can phase the project throughout the years and add some grid, add some bins, add some ports, and add some robots according to your business growth. Reliability is also something we have unique. 99.7 availability is actually the best availability ratio on the market. Why? Because we don't have single point of failure. So if a robot has a problem, we take it out of the grid and the other robots will keep on working. Same thing, by the way, when you expand the grid, you don't need to stop operations. Green part, the Autostore is very low energy consumption. You don't need 380 volts to run it. It works on 220 volts standard, so it's a good economy. And then you have also economies of power consumption. And then, of course, we do remote control and remote maintenance, so we can actually fix 90% of the issue by software if there is any thing that needs to be looked at. Okay, market segments. Just to show out of this is not the latest number, but it gives you some order of magnitude. We do serve more than half of our sites are serving e-commerce, whether it's pure e-commerce business or it's omni-canal, a part for e-commerce, another part for B2B or for shop replenishment. So we have like omni-canal, e-commerce, production, and spare parts. In terms of size, we cover the full range from very small installations with just 2 robots to very large. The biggest one, it's a lead Boots. It's in Sweden.
Yeah.
And it's over 1,200 robots altogether. That graph is showing the distribution of sizes in terms of number of bins. So we do have more than 100 installations with more than 100,000 bins. So sometimes people perceive Autostore as a small system, but that's the history. That was like 15 years ago. So now we do a lot of large systems in different countries.
With high throughput. Oh.
And with high throughput. So just to tell you, to give an order of magnitude, the fastest system right now is 25,000 order line per hour. So a couple of use cases. I'll start before I give you the speech. Drive 4.0. This is actually a concept that is being developed together with some retailers, but still confidential. We can cover the entire fulfillment stages with the Autostore solution with this concept. So this is a multi-temperature. So we have one part for replenishment, where of course you don't have to walk anymore. The ergonomics is improved, and then the capacity, for example, we can put 3 stations next to each other to put the replenishment process a bit faster. Then you can have space saving, as I said, and you can put together different temperatures. So we do ambient temperature, we do fresh, quite a lot, and we will launch the frozen solution. It's already we already have some pilot projects, but it will be available openly on the market this year. So we can work at -25. Okay, in this case we segregate the grids, as you can see here. This is we have ambient section and we have frozen section, and we have some sections for the goods, the orders that are already prepared. On our booth, you can see the new Fusion port, at least one version of it. So this is what you see on the right here. So that Fusion port allows to present 2 bins at a time and to have special bins to restock prepared order. So that will be used for MFCs, for example, and in this case for the Drive 4.0, where a lot of the time you have to prepare the orders, but the customer will show up a lot later. So we restore the order into the Autostore, and at the right time, when the customer is coming, we release the bins, and the order is just you have to pick up the bag, and it's ready for picking by the customer. And then you can see here the concept of the drive. So the orders are staged in a specific compartment nearby the customer picking area. That could be drive, or that could be self-service, and that is also another port that we present on our booth. It's called the pickup port, and this one is designed for self-service, so there's no more people to attend the picking. So the customer will come, he will pull the drawers, and his order will be ready there. Boots, we mentioned, that's one of our largest installation in terms of number of bins and robots. This is based in Sweden, so of course when you have large installation like this, you have lots of picking ports. In this case, we have a total of nearly 300 picking stations, so we still have quite a lot of people working in these sites over a very limited footprint. It's only 25,000 square meters for such a storage capacity. So it's quite a performance. Interestingly, with Boots, what they have done is a good illustration of phasing, because they started small, and then they did 3 expansion of the system to reach the present capacity. This is a micro fulfillment center, so located in the heart of the city. This is H-Mart. It's located in the US. What you see here is a layout of the warehouse. You can clearly see the chill part and the ambient part. And there is also a system to distribute between chill, ambient, and manual preparation. Another case is Decathlon in Calgary. So this one, it's an interesting concept because they do micro-fulfillments, they do replenish their stores from the same system, and they do in-store ordering. So customers are moving around in the shop. They select the products they want to buy on a tablet, and when they validate, the order is getting ready, and they just have to present themselves at the counter, and they pick up their order. We can reach an order cycle preparation of 3 minutes. Anything to add?
No, cool.
I think this is going to be your part. So we now going to dive a little bit more deeper into an example with Bergfreunde.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Laurent. So, yes, Laurent already told you about some cases, and now the idea is to have a typical customer journey of a typical Autostore customer. It's the founders started in a kind of garage and thought it's fancy. They were climbers in the mountains, and they say, there's no cool online business to buy this, and they started their business. And it's really typical how they started, and then they came to a certain point. This is where everything started, and it was really, you see, it's top logistics, if you see this picture, and this is how they started, and now we see this beautiful logistics center, and and this growth. And how this developed, this should be the part of my presentation. So I'm standing, instead of Bergfreunde here, so it's their presentation. I was with Lisa, she was project coordinator in Slovenia recently, and we did this presentation jointly. And there you see what is Bergfreunde about. Now there are 650 people, and they are really cool. I like everyone there, including CEO, head of logistics, because they really they have passion for the products, and they are really using them. So if you get out of office messages, it's like, I'm climbing now, please feel free to contact me next week. So it's this the typical Bergfreunde out of office message. Yeah, and they are doing business in Central Europe. So, and this is also part of the growth. Yeah, they started in Germany, and now they are really very present in Europe with customized shops for each region. And and now why did they automate? Yeah, they had 30 to 40% growth per year. And this is really an operational challenge if you are in manual processes. So you cannot cope anymore. So it's about replenishment, it's running out of space. There were so many issues they faced. And they gave out a target for these years. And then, you see the figures, and this is how it developed, stock-wise and sales-wise. Yeah, this is a placeholder for a video, so it's available. You can contact me to get it. And now the story starts how it was in 2015. So they had capacity of 32,000 storage bins on 2 floors, and then 2 heavy-duty elevators and so on. And it was really not optimal, this setup. 45 picks per hour they could do with this setup, because there was a lot of walking, and it's really not very performant, to be honest. Then they have this WMS, and a lot of issues. No automated shipment, shipping labels, and all the stuff was quite manual. So typical fast-growing startup. I think based off the slide before, it's obvious what was the crisis. So then, we need a solution for capacity, performance, and flexibility. This was the goal. They need a building, they need storage, technology, and software. And so what do? You do data analysis and try to find the best solution. Capacity was solved. New building. Performance was solved with some automation, and the flexibility was the change to SAP. Together, now Salt is Accenture today, and they did the WMS. This was the setup. So, and why they decided for an Autostore? Here are the reasons. You see the manual case, which is the upper line. Then you see it's a special solution they called it a ECDC, and then the Autostore solution. And then you see the building could be much smaller, even smaller than the other automated solution. So then, of course, the FTE projection, stuffing, the manual case versus ECDC and Autostore. And at least, if you see the energy consumption, so the Autostore solution is even with less energy than the manual solution, because you can flick off the lights. Yeah, the Autostore robots work in the dark. You just need to have light at the workstations and where public areas, and yeah, at least yeah, you see here the split with the energy consumption. So it's really proven by Bergfreunde that Autostore is really a good case when it comes to energy. Yeah, and this is how it started. The first set, yeah, 2,000 bins per hour with 80 robots, 21 ports, and so on. Packaging machines. So you see what you can do with one Autostore. And yeah, as usual customers do with the Autostore, they grow. They are successful because of low logistics costs. And yeah, they added massive. Yeah, you could ask for why so many robots do not do much more. This is a good question. It's because they changed the processes. So they changed completely to pick pack and some more sequencing. So you can do sequencing with the Autostore, and this was needed because of the different products. So you have a big backpack you want to put down and put smaller items on top and so on. So, and this is why not many, so it's not double the capacity, but yeah, this is a typical journey, and they are talking about more to come because they are really, convinced that they are on a good track, and Autostore can support this further growth. Yeah. So this is a journey, huh? And you see the boost only was possible with the automation in the warehouse. That's it for the time being. So we are happy to answer a lot of questions now.
So do we have any question? No question.
Everybody is overwhelmed.
So yeah, so I think you're gonna have like 10 minutes extra time for a coffee before your next session. So we will release you. Thank you again for your attention and being here. So we really appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you.